it is.
Fantastic. I was happy to read that.
We're good to go.
All right, I'll call the July 14th, 2021 Law and Finance meeting to order. Welcome, everybody. Looks like from my count we have everyone here in attendance today on the committee. Need a motion for approval of the minutes of the June 9th, 2021 meeting.
I'll make that motion.
Supervisor Wood, second.
Second.
Supervisor Veach, thank you very much. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passed. First up is technology and resiliency.
Okay, good afternoon, everybody. First item, authorizing an amendment of the current contract with Tyler Technologies for the procurement of an employee self-service module eSuite e-employee in the amount of $34,800. Budget impact funds are available in the 2021 budget through an interdepartment transfer from contingency. This new module will allow county employees to obtain their pay information and forms securely online, and will also allow online access to various human resources and payroll functions. The IT department has requested that if this eSuite project is approved, that it be done in conjunction and concurrently with the data center upgrade so as to minimize the installation requirements of software, downtime, and other factors. $32,300 of the cost pertains to licensing and installation. The other $2,500 is a prorated annual maintenance fee.
Okay. Any questions on that particular item? Okay, moved by Supervisor Tolleson, second.
Second.
Second by Supervisor Gaston. Any discussion on the motion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Carries. HR and insurance.
Okay, first item, authorizing an amendment to the 2021 compensation schedule to reclassify the Director of Patient Services to Director of Community Health Services within the Department of Public Health. Budget impact, none. The reclassification does not include any change in salary or grade. The existing title of Director of Patient Services is reflective of a time when the department was a nursing service and provided home care to patients. While in the current transition to a full-service health department, the county will now be complying with public health law to have this director oversee all clinical care delivered to all patients. Next item, authorizing amendments to the 2021 compensation schedule to transfer the Director of Finance under the County Administrator and the Payroll Supervisor and Payroll Clerk under Human Resources to the County Treasurer. Budget impact, none. The Director of Finance position was originally created by the Board of Supervisors in the late 1980s to provide consistent accounting experience and continuity in the Treasurer's office. Having the Director of Finance within the Treasurer's office will improve efficiency, as the vast majority of the Director of Finance's interactions are with the other staff members of the Treasurer's office. Regarding the payroll function and staff, the Payroll Supervisor is an authorized person of the Treasurer's payroll bank account. Moving the payroll function back under the Treasurer's office will conform more appropriately to both state and municipal finance laws. Next item, authorizing an amendment to the 2021 compensation schedule to reclassify a paralegal specialist to assistant county attorney within the county attorney's office. Budget impact, none. The $3,146 local share is available in the 2021 budget. This request is being made jointly by the county attorney and commissioner of social services to convert the vacant paralegal specialist position assigned to DSS to an assistant county attorney. This will provide a third dedicated attorney for the Child Protective Services Family Court caseload and will be co-located in the DSS building. This position is 92% reimbursed through federal funds and will require a $3,146 local share. Funds are allocated in the current budget, and there is no budget impact. Next item, authorizing amendments to the 2021 compensation schedule to reclassify 6 aging services specialists to 6 aging services specialists / caseworkers and 1 principal account clerk to 1 fiscal manager. Budget impact, none. 100% of the salary increases will be covered by New York Connects. Over the course of the last 5 years, the scope of the aging services specialist responsibilities and job duties have significantly changed. New York Connects is a state-mandated program for people of all ages, any disability, and caregivers. The positions that are being reclassified are the backbone of the New York Connects program here in the county and more accurately reflect the work that these employees are performing.
Any questions on those items? Barrett?
Yeah, I'll move that we approve of all of these items.
Second that motion.
Second by Mr. Wood. Any discussion on the motion?
Yeah, I just want to mention on the second one with the payroll supervisor, payroll clerk, that director of finance, that it's good that we're making that change. That decision was made several years ago. I think it was a poor decision done for the wrong reasons, and it's good that we're bringing those positions back to where they should have been all along.
Questions or comments? All right, hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, carries. Health and Human Services.
Okay, first item, authorizing the acceptance of a public health emergency preparedness grant from Health Research, Inc. in the amount of $1,186,140 for use in the event of a public health emergency. Budget impact, none. Funds for this grant have already been allocated within the 2021 budget. $186,140 of the total grant amount will be immediately available for reimbursement, and the remaining $1 million will be restricted by the New York State Department of Health for use in the event of a public health emergency. $149,555 will be allocated to public health emergency preparedness salaries. $35,893 will be allocated for employee fringe benefits, and $692 for departmental supplies. Next item, authorizing a contract renewal with Berkshire Farms for operation of the Enhanced Stepping Stones program relative to the New York State Raise the Age legislation until June 30th, 2022 for $100,608. Budget impact, none. 100% state aid. This is an annual housekeeping item for the Department of Social Services. The terms of the contract will be the same as previous years, with only the commencement and termination dates changing. Berkshire Farms will continue to provide intensive, family-based, in-home services to youth at risk in Saratoga County in an effort to reduce placement of 16 and 17-year-old juvenile delinquents and adolescent offenders being placed in specialized secure detention facilities. Next item, authorizing payment of $125,148 to the New York State Office of Medicaid Inspector General for reimbursement of Medicaid overbilling. Budget impact, none. There are sufficient funds within the 2021 budget to cover the reimbursement. The Youth Bureau administers the preschool special education program in the county. Helping Hands, a preschool located in Clifton Park, submitted records which contained invoice coding errors during the 2018-2019 and 2019-2020 school years. This resulted in erroneous reimbursement by Medicaid. It was discovered by the Youth Bureau and then reported to the Inspector General that Helping Hands staff had entered individual therapy sessions with 2 codes instead of the correct single code into the system. To avoid future problems in this area, the Youth Bureau has implemented increased document review, increased communication with providers, correction of coding errors, retraining of county workers, and a commitment by Helping Hands that they will implement all of these same goals through a corrective action plan that has already been developed.
Thank you. Are we being reimbursed that money by the provider?
We have the money, and we're going to be sending it back. It's my understanding.
I'll move these.
Thank you. Any other questions, comments? Second?
Second.
There's Tollison, second. Any discussion on the motion? All in favor?
Aye.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes. Supervisor Beach.
Yeah, as far as that last one again, so we paid Helping Hands the money, or I think that might be related to your question. I'm just not sure. Were they overpaid by us, or were they paid correctly by us?
I'm going to let Rebecca answer it. Rebecca Robarge, who's the acting Youth Bureau Director.
Yes. Good afternoon. So no, we paid Helping Hands for the speech services because that's the only code that we picked up. We were reimbursed through Medicaid, so we erroneously received the funds. We have to give them back.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Any other questions? All right, all in favor? I don't think we voted.
Aye.
Any opposed? Passes. Buildings and grounds.
Okay, authorizing a contract with Titan Roofing, Inc. for repairs to the correctional facility for the amount of $69,900. Budget impact, none. Funds for the repairs are available in the Sheriff's Department 2021 budget. This project to repair leaks in the correctional facility was released for public bid in May. Titan Roofing was selected as the responsible low bidder and was authorized through a facilities maintenance agreement to complete the repairs in June. This project was not included in the county's approved capital plan for 2021, and a separate board resolution is required before payment can be authorized to Titan Roofing, Inc.
All right, any questions for that one?
I'll move it.
Motion by Supervisor Barrett, second by Supervisor Veach. Discussion on the motion?
Yeah, Mr. Chairman.
Yes, sir.
Hey Chad, with the roof, is that, this work that was done, does that satisfy the issues that we were experiencing?
So the jail roof has a number of what we call tub roofs in addition to the main roof.
Right.
So this addresses any leak issues currently. We have in our capital budget for next year to replace the remaining tub roofs, and then out 2 years, 3 years from now, we will be replacing the main roof. So there's a series of smaller roof sections, but in terms of leak issues now, yes, everything's been addressed.
Good, thank you. I want to thank Chad for working with the sheriff on that. See Chief Castle's here. The roof issues have been a problem for at least a few years now, despite assurances that I had, not by anybody here, nobody here's fault, through the administration that the roof would get fixed. It wasn't. So very glad to see that, and further work is needed, as Chad has described, and hopefully at some point, I know the roof's a little quirky, maybe not the best roof that's ever been constructed, but these issues will be alleviated for the long term, which is obviously the smart move. So very glad to see this finally getting done. Thank you, Sheriff, Chief, Chad, for getting that done.
Thank you. Anything from anybody else? Right, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Passes. Public safety.
Okay, first item, authorizing the sheriff and chairman of the board to enter into agreements with the following school districts for the provision of deputy sheriffs as school resource officers: Boston Spa ×2, Burn Hills, Boston Lake, Corinth, Galway, Mechanicville, Saratoga Springs, Schuylerville, Shenendehowa ×2, South Glens Falls, and Stillwater. Budget impact, none. Funds for these agreements are available in the 2021 budget and will be included in the sheriff's proposed 2022 budget. The proposed contract language for these agreements mirrors expiring contracts with the exception of salary increases consistent with the current collective bargaining agreement for deputy sheriffs, and minor language changes regarding uniforms, training and personnel records, and services to be provided when school is not in session. School districts pay 75% of the annual cost of salary, benefits, and equipment for each deputy sheriff provided as an SRO. These are one-year contracts with provisions for 2 one-year renewals through June 2024. Next item, appointing Arthur D. Nolan as Deputy Coroner. Budget impact, none. Funds for the position are included in the 2021 budget. As of July 1st, 2021, Eugene M. Ledoux will be resigning as Deputy Coroner. This resolution will authorize Mr. Nolan to be appointed in place of Mr. Ledoux at the same per diem rate. Next item, accepting an aid to prosecution grant from the Division of Criminal Justice Services in the amount of $57,820. Budget impact, none. 100% state aid. New York State maintains an anti-crime program to strengthen local government's efforts to combat crime, and the Department of Criminal Justice Services has offered the county this grant for the term of April 1st, 2021 until March 31st, 2022 to provide salary support to the District Attorney's Office for the prosecution of violent crimes. Next item, authorizing the acceptance of additional state aid in the amount of $2,000 from the New York State Stop DWI Foundation, Inc. for DWI crackdown program patrols and activities, and amending the 2021 budget in relation thereto. Budget impact, none. 100% state aid. The 2021 budget will be amended to accept these funds and authorize the related expenses. Saratoga County was allotted $25,000 in crackdown funds for the grant cycle of October 1st, 2020 through September 30th, 2021. And in March of this year, an additional allocation of $1,500 was granted and accepted through Resolution 126 of 2021. New York State Stop DWI Foundation has increased the Saratoga County allotted crackdown money by an additional $2,000. This additional allocation is subject to the same criteria as the original funds granted. Next item, approving the county's Alternatives to Incarceration Performance-Based Services Plan and authorizing acceptance of state grants for community work order and pretrial release service programs in the amount of $26,224 for the term of July 1st, 2021 until June 30th, 2022. Budget impact, none. 100% state aid. This funding provides localities the opportunity to examine their criminal justice and jail populations, to consider possible program implications as a result of bail reform and any other legislative changes, and to conduct planning for effective ATI programs. Of the total grant, $9,853.20 will be directed towards the Community Work Order Program, and $16,370.80 will go towards the Pretrial Services Program. Next item, authorizing an extension of Memorandum of Agreement with the New York State Division of Homeland Security and Emergency Services for the temporary loan of Interoperable Communications Resources until March 31st, 2024. Budget impact, none. This is a housekeeping item for the Emergency Services Department. The New York State Division of Homeland Security and Emergency Services is providing the opportunity for each county to receive and use or continue to use equipment, software, and/or the Mutual Link Edge subscription service, which will allow counties to communicate on a common platform for emergency management and public safety planning and response purposes.
Okay, thank you. Any questions? Motion?
So moved.
Supervisor Beach, second.
Second.
Supervisor Wood. Discussion on the motion?
Mr. Chairman, I just want to quickly commend the Sheriff's Office for a great job that they've done with this SRO program. I think it's met or exceeded the expectations that the Board of Supervisors had when it was first constituted, and I think they've done a great job with it. I know, talking with the folks at Shen, very positive feedback from them, and so I just wanted to commend the Sheriff for a great job there.
Thank you. Any other comments or discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Passes. One item from Trails and Open Space.
Okay, authorizing an agreement with Saratoga Land Management Corporation for timber harvest management services on the east site in the town of Northumberland. Budget impact, none. Increased cost for this service is covered by timber harvest revenue. Saratoga Land Management is Saratoga County's consultant that works with the Planning Department to manage the timber sales on county forest land. The coordination management fee for the East Site Carner Blue mitigation area was handled as a minor contract. Due to increased scope of services and coordination being required, a major contract will need to be utilized to pay the consultant. The fees for this increase are covered by the significant increase in timber revenue for this parcel.
Any questions on that? Motion? Supervisor Wood, second?
Second.
Supervisor Tolleson, thank you. Discussion on the motion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Passes. Keep forgetting to turn this on. Economic development.
Okay, first item, authorizing application for and acceptance of federal funds for the Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act program for the 2021-22 program year and amending the budget in relation thereto. Budget impact, none. 100% federal aid. The 2021 budget will be amended to accept these funds and authorize the related expenses. This is an annual housekeeping item for the Employment and Training Department. The acceptance of these funds will allow the department to continue offering workforce and business services to county residents. Saratoga County is the grant recipient for Saratoga, Warren, and Washington counties. The total amount to be accepted will be $1,874,612 in WIOA funding for project year 2021. Saratoga County's portion of that funding is $765,508.87. This is an increase of $41,897 compared to project year 2020. The remainder of the awarded amount will be passed to Warren and Washington counties. Next item, approving the Workforce Development Board project year 2021 budget totaling $191,600 for the Workforce Development Board's fiscal budget year beginning July 1st, 2021 and ending June 30th, 2022, and authorizing the chair of the board to execute any necessary agreements with the counties of Warren and Washington and other entities to fund the Workforce Development Board and its services. Budget impact, none. This is also an annual housekeeping item for the Employment and Training Department. In 2020, the Board of Supervisors approved a budget of $96,400 for the Workforce Development Board. This year's budget includes a total increase of $95,200. Funding comes through the Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act of 2014, and Saratoga County acts as the grant recipient for the local workforce development area, including Warren and Washington counties. Next item, authorizing a renewal agreement with J.J. Young, LLC, to provide administrative services for the Workforce Development Board. Budget impact, none. Funds for this agreement are included in the 2021 budget. J.J. Young, LLC, has been the contractor of these services for the Workforce Development Board since 2011. This contract will allow J.J. Young to continue processing payroll and administrative activities of the Workforce Development Board, but from July 1st, 2021 until June 30th, 2022 for an amount of $7,750. Next item, authorizing the acceptance of $236,857 in grant funding from the New York State Office of Temporary and Disability Assistance for the administration of the 2021 Summer Youth Employment Program from May 1st, 2021 until September 30th, 2021. Budget impact, none. 100% state aid. This is an annual housekeeping item for the Department of Employment and Training. This grant funding allows the county to place eligible youths ages 14 to 21 in subsidized employment at work sites around the county during the summer months. Also, there are currently still openings for the Summer Youth Program, and those interested can reach out to Director Jen McCluskey for further information.
Thank you. Any questions on those? Motion by Supervisor Tolleson, second. Supervisor Winnie. Any discussion on the motion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Carries. Government review and efficiency.
Okay, first item, authorizing an amendment to the county's operating budget procedure policy. Budget impact, none. A subcommittee selected by Chairman Veach was established to review and update the county's operating budget procedure policy. The key goals of the subcommittee are the following. 1, expand the role of the Law and Finance Committee in the budget process to allow supervisors to have earlier and increased input into the budget preparation process. 2, ensure the budget policy conforms with all current state regulations on budget policies and procedures. 3, provide greater and more detailed information on the budget to allow for easier comparisons of year-over-year requests and spending by departments. 4, allow for greater input by committee chairs in reviewing and investigating the budget requests for departments that report to their respective standing committees. 5, provide department heads the ability to advocate and get feedback directly with supervisors regarding their budget requests and priorities. 6, provide more detailed information on estimated revenues, fund balance, and reserve fund projections, and debt and other obligation rundowns. 7, provide appropriately detailed and timely summaries of the budget for public review prior to final adoption by the Board of Supervisors. It is expected that these changes will benefit both the board and the department heads by fostering greater understanding of the priorities of both groups and overall increased transparency with the budget process. Additional updates and changes to the capital budget and outside group funding processes are also being explored and will be presented to the board in the near future. Next item, amending an amendment to the county's voucher audit policy. Budget impact, none. With this amendment to the voucher audit procedure, departments will now have the ability to approve and process invoices from other government agencies that are under $100 in an easier and more efficient manner. Specifically, any invoices submitted by federal, state, or local municipal agencies for expenditures not exceeding $100 do not require a signature of the vendor if the voucher is certified by the department head or authorized county official. Next item, introducing a proposed local law to repeal Local Law Number 3 of 1979 and setting a public hearing. Budget impact, none. Local Law Number 3 of 1979 originally approved the creation of the Government Review Committee. The Government Review and Efficiency Committee have identified this local law as part of a cleanup effort, and this resolution will start the process of repealing the original local law, which is no longer needed.
Very good. Any questions for any of those? Just want to thank Supervisor Veach for all the work on the budget overview policy. There was a lot of work went into that, and I think the end product really is a nice job. So anybody who has not yet had a chance to review that, please do prior to next week's meeting. Do you have a motion on it?
I'll move.
By Supervisor Veach, second.
Second.
Supervisor Barrett. Any discussion on the motion?
Yeah, the only discussion is just to say that the other parts of that first section of the policy will be probably ready in August. So as we get into the budget season, we want to have everything done before we get to that point. So this is the first part of the budget. We need to do the capital program, which is like September timeframe, and the outside agency stuff, which will come toward the end, but try to get all that ready for next month. So you'll probably have another resolution next month.
Perfect. Anyone else? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Carries. And then a couple of law and finance items here.
Okay, first item, setting a public hearing for the proposed construction of a biosolids facility located at the Saratoga County Sewer District Number 1 wastewater treatment plant. Budget impact, none. The facility currently proposed will utilize anaerobic digestion and a dryer to reduce volume and produce a Class A biosolids product for land application. The biogas produced will be cleaned and potentially used as renewable natural gas injected into the common utility-owned pipeline. This item received approval from the Sewer Commission at their meeting held on July 8, 2021. Next item, setting a public hearing for the construction of upgrades at the Saratoga County Sewer District Number 1 wastewater treatment plant for the ammonia removal project. Budget impact, none. The ammonia upgrade project upgrades the current wastewater treatment plant to an MLE facility with increased capacity to treat ammonia and total nitrogen. The project includes new aeration tanks, new blowers, a new chemical feed building, and new electrical upgrades. This item received approval from the Sewer Commission at their meeting held on July 8th, 2021.
Great. Any questions on those? Motion?
So moved.
Supervisor Beach, second.
Second.
Second, Supervisor Barrett. Any discussion on the motion?
Yeah, don't tell me what a Class A biosolid is, please.
We have Director Rourke here if we need to go into further detail.
No, that's true.
See,
That's
now
fine.
that
Okay.
you said that, I wanna know what it is, but I'm not asking now.
Man, I don't care.
We'll talk later.
I didn't care before.
Executive session. All in favor of moving those items?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, carries. We have a couple chairman's items and appointments.
Yes, first item, establishing the Saratoga County 250th American Revolution Commission. Budget impact, none. This resolution will establish a county commission to begin planning for the upcoming 250th anniversary of the American Revolution. In particular, the focus will be on the 250th anniversary of the Battle of Saratoga in 2027, recognized as the turning point of the American Revolution and one of the most influential battles in world history. Sponsored by Supervisors Tom Wood and Ed Kanowski, and spearheaded by County Historian Lauren Roberts, the commission is similar to that formed by the Board of Supervisors in 1977 to celebrate the 200th anniversary, and will coordinate with both the federal and state commissions, which have recently been established, to mark this important national milestone. This will be a 13-person commission appointed by the chairman of the board and is designed to remain in place until 2033. Next item, amending Resolution 18 of 2020, appointments to the NYRA Advisory Board, budget impact none. This resolution will appoint the current chairman of the Saratoga County Board of Supervisors, Theodore Kuzniers, and current Saratoga County Administrator Steve Bulger to the NYRA Advisory Board.
Very good. Any questions on any of those? Motion?
I'll make the motion.
Supervisor Wood, second.
I'll second the motion.
Second, Supervisor Winnie, thank you. Any discussion on the motion?
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, just a few comments here. The American victory at Saratoga is a result of winning the two battles of Saratoga, which were actually fought in the town of Stillwater, and the ultimate surrender of Lieutenant General John Burgoyne, as has been stated here, marked the turning point of the Revolutionary War. It was this American victory which sent a message to the rest of the world, particularly France, which joined in the cause of the American fight for freedom and independence here, that turned the course of the war around. Up to this point, the Americans had not won any significant victories. There had been a number of skirmishes, particularly in Massachusetts, but no significant primary victories. This was the first time in history that an entire British army had surrendered. And it was just world-shattering. John Trumbull was authorized to do a painting depicting this scene of the surrender, which hangs in the rotunda of the United States Capitol. And I always look for a vision of this painting anytime there's news coverage of an event which occurs in the Capitol. And there it is, right there. And this actual sword surrender took place again this in the town of Saratoga, just south of the village of Schuylerville. We've already had some very early and preliminary meetings here with our county administrator and Lauren Roberts. We've also engaged the director of the National Historical Park, as well as the New York State historian, Supervisor Kanowski, as well as myself, and we're looking big. This will be a wonderful celebration. It will bring a focus to this significant event that occurred right here in Saratoga County. we're hoping to engage not just Stillwater and Saratoga, all of the towns and villages and cities within the county here. We're just looking forward to some wonderful events and activities, and funding for this, we're thinking of both private donations as well as some financial support from the county.
Very good. Thank you. Anything else on that? All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Carries. And at this point, I'm just going to flip around. If we could just move to set the resolutions passed as the agenda for next week's board meeting, then we do have a planned executive session, but I'm not expecting any decisions to come out of that. So we get a motion to set the foregoing matters as the agenda for the board meeting for July 20th, 2021.
So moved.
Supervisor Barrett, second Supervisor Beach. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, the agenda's set. At this point, I'd ask for a motion to enter into executive session to discuss proposed pending or current litigation. And I would request that Treasurer Jarash and Steve Bolger, as well as our external counsel, stay for that.
Make the motion.
Supervisor Wood,
Second.
second Supervisor Beach. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Carries. We'll stand at recess for a moment while the room clears and we'll enter executive session.
All right, so we got the motion.
Thank you.
Turn off the phone, done. Turn off the got it. Yep.
All right, we are back on the record, having come out of executive session. Motion made by Supervisor Gaston, second by Supervisor Barrett. Unanimous decision to come out of executive session. The report that no action was taken.
I'll move that we adjourn. Chairman.
Thank you, Supervisor Barrett. Second.
Second.
Second, Supervisor Beach. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Pass. Thank you very much, everybody.